Welcome to my newly started YouTube channel. A lot of people told me I was funny, and a lot of people told me I was funny, and I let it get to my head. And now I'm over here making things for my entertainment and trying to make it entertaining enough for other people. Because, once you tell me that I'm funny, I'm gonna let it get to my head and be like, oh my god, I'm a comedic genius. Still, I crack a really bad joke and no one laughs, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm terrible at making jokes. I just hope this is what you came looking for, like, I don't know what I'm doing, you don't know what I'm doing, do you even know what you're doing? Exactly. It is generally one of the worst places to go on when you have too much spare time on your hands. And guess what I did? I went on YouTube and a bunch of things were recommended to me because I searched up once how to crochet, I don't know, a fucking granny square, and then for the next 6 months all my recommendations are filled with, here, do you want to crochet like 6 different cardigans? Do you want to crochet 10 fucking different crop tops? And I stumbled upon how to crochet a blanket, but not just any blanket, a great cool blanket. Props to Bibi. Her video of I decided to crochet a blanket got recommended to me about like a month or two ago, and I saved it up to my watch later playlist. Took me like 2 months to watch it because I was like, well, let's try it. I have only crocheted 2 bralettes in my life, a frog and a beanie, and I decided to crochet a blanket because it seems like the most sane thing to do, after you've crocheted those little things. Why not just dive into the biggest fucking crochet project you could probably go into? Now I start watching the video, and then since I'm impatient, I skip to the end. I see the blanket, I'm like, wow, I genuinely want to do that. I tell my mom that she should go buy some yarn because she knows where to get good yarn. And she gets me 2 different colors. I will not be using the same colors she does because, I don't know, I just... Why do I do the things I do? That's like the next best question. But anyways, I get the yarn, I crochet 2 fucking granny squares to see what the colors would look like together and just in the shape of granny squares, and I'm happy. And she makes 66 granny squares. I'm over there just minding my own business, crocheting. I finished the first one, and my mom looks at my granny squares. She looks at me and she's like, how many squares do you have to make? So I tell her 66, and then she looks me dead in the eye and she goes, well, that's too little. That's like a baby blanket. Don't you want it to have it cover your whole bed? So I take my 2 granny squares, I go to my room, to my bed, and I start measuring. And when I tell you that I wanted to cry, that I mean that I wanted to fucking cry. Because guess how many granny squares I have to make now so it fits my bed? Guess, take a wild guess. About 100? No, 180. I have to make 180 of these. 180 granny squares. I do not know how to process this information. Each granny square took me about 15 minutes. And if I have to make 180, that's like, oh my god, that's 45 hours of just making the granny squares. And I don't even know how to make the eyes. I have genuinely, I just hate myself, I guess. That's why I decided to go through with this, because why else? But no. You know, I am feeling just a little bit defeated, just a little bit. But I know that by the end of this, I'll be like, dude, this blanket is so cool. Why was I complaining?
I'm just going to start making granny squares and see how long it actually takes me to make them. But you know, this is also a great chance to catch up on like things I've always wanted to watch, because I do have kind of a fear of like long TV shows. You know, they have like 24 seasons, each episode is like 1 hour long, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to waste my life. But when I crochet and watch TV, I feel like I'm being productive, and I actually feel good about the way that I'm spending my life. So I'm going to be productive, and I'm going to show you how to make these, because you know, I'm apparently a professional after making 2 of them. I hope I can make this understandable enough, because I just need some time till I understand what is going on and what they're doing. I also need some time till I realize that they're just repeating the same fucking pattern. What about it? I said it, okay? I said it. Crochet needle, 5 millimeters, yarn, you know, a lot of it. You make... Did I jump into it too fast? What?
Take your yarn, wrap it around your finger till you create a loop. You know, you have a loop. And then you put the yarn through the loop. That was probably so hard to see, but I'm sorry. So now you have the loop. You know, you can make it bigger or smaller. Oh, that was... Okay, and now you are just going to chain 3. No, we're chaining 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one doesn't count because that's just like your starting loop. So then you're gonna put your needle through the first loop. You have now the 2 of them. I was editing and I noticed that the video got cut off, so I'm gonna explain this part real quick. These are the chained up 4 that we have, plus the one that we're not gonna count. This is where we left off. You want to make a slip stitch through these and then chain up 3. So we have the chained up 3, the loop, and now we're just gonna start making 3 double crochets. I think that's what they're called. Okay, so wrap the yarn around your needle through the loop, pull it through, pull the yarn through the first 2 loops, then pull the yarn through the other 2 loops, then once again over, in, pull through the first 2, the other 2, and again pull. No! Oh my god. No. Okay. Pull through. Okay, so now you have 4. These 3 are together, and this one will be the way we end the circle, the first thing of the granny square. You'll just see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you have these 3, then you're gonna chain another 3 for the corner, and then just repeat half through the first 2, through the other 2, over, in, pull through the 2 loops, through the other 2 loops. I'm stumbling upon my words, but it is not as easy as I thought it would be to explain in words. Plus, I am more of a visual learner, so, you know, what I like to do is take this extra yarn and just, you know, crochet it in, oh my god, in the first granny square circle square so it doesn't stick out. That sentence just made no sense, but you know. Do I have, yeah, 1, 2, 3. By the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just put the video, and just put the video in 0.5 speed, and that might also help you understand better, because yeah, that's what helps me, because people are like chain 4 and then double crochet and then triple crochet and then like, oh wait, okay, so you're going to make 3 normal ones with 3 double crochets, and at the end you're only going to make 2, because remember we have these 3 chained crochets, and now we are going to like join the square to make it an actual square. Now you're going to count 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then go through both loops, pull the yarn through, okay, and now yarn, pull it through both loops, and then you're going to chain another 3, and we're just going to repeat that process over, in, pull through the first 2 loops, through the other 2. But now every time we have to do the like jump here, we're gonna chain 1 in between. I'll show you. Then okay, we need 3, okay, I have 3 now, 4 with this one, but this one is just so we can make it an actual square at the end. Okay, now after you finish the first 3 double crochets, chain 1, and you just keep on going. Above, in, pull through the first 2, and then through the last 2. And at each corner we're just going to like we're just going to chain 3, and then you want to go back into the same space so it's an actual corner and not just go directly into this one. Well, because then it won't be a square, you know. Be there or be square. I am just going to keep on doing this one, and basically with each row you add to the square, you just want to repeat this process. And as you see, with each row we have more and more spaces in between, and as I said, for each corner you want to chain 3, then go back into the same space. Wait, that's okay, let's try this corner. Okay, so you're gonna do 3 double crochets, chain 3, go back into the same space, do 3 double crochets, chain 1 for the space, you know, for the little leap here, and then 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then yeah, that's basically it. You only have to chain 3 at the corners, so it okay. At the end you're gonna count the 3 again, 1, 2, and you are going to like do the same thing as before, and then you're gonna make an additional chain, scissors, snip snap, pull the yarn through, and then you're just gonna tighten the knot, and then you have a granny square. That doesn't really look like a square, but it's okay, because who cares about geometry? Plus, as I said, once you wash it, it will look better. Trust me, I did the same with the other things I crocheted. Okay, I have finished the second High School Musical. I had to put a headband on, a hairband on, what? Because the hair was falling in my face and I couldn't see anything that I was doing. I managed to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 granny squares in like an hour and 40 minutes, and every once in a while I would stop just because I had to fully enjoy the song. Let's see, I'll update once I do more. So it's been like 2-3 weeks and I ran out of wool. I do not have enough yarn to keep on going, but since I can't do any more squares, I have already joined the squares that I have. Once I make more, I'll show you how to do that. Like, look, it has almost 2 sides. This is the back. And I also started on the margin, but I do not have enough colors. So tomorrow when I go buy wool for the remaining squares, I'll also buy wool for a Harry Styles cardigan, because I want to knit the Harry Styles cardigan, you know. So now I have to figure out how to make the eyes, which I will also show you once I understand how to do them, you know, because the description is written and I don't know how it's gonna go. I do not know how it's gonna go. Yeah, because written instructions, but like people that show you how to do the things, you know, tutorials. That's why I just learned so much better when someone shows me how to do something, you know, like the granny squares. If you would have given me the written instructions, I would have been like, I do not know what's going on. I am giving up on this. I do not need a blanket. But since I saw how people did it, I was like, totally. Yeah. Now all that is left to do is go yarn shopping tomorrow and figure out how to do the eyes, and then get back to you and show you how I join the squares and how you have to make the eyes, right? That's like all that we have left to do. So I will get back once I understood the assignment.